Hey, what's up YouTube, Skybadger here, and we are back on day 16 of our 100 player fan game series. Now this video is a little bit shorter than normal just because I want to show off a little bit of a trick that I think is probably worth all decent Call of War players knowing. So quite often we face very large air forces in this game, and many players are stumped for ways to deal with them. Now over the past few rounds I've played, I've come to the conclusion that it's easier to kill a large air force on the ground than it is in the air. And how I normally go about this is by deploying a large amount of spies, destroying the air base the air force is operating from, and as long as there's no other air bases in range, those aircraft come crashing down. Now, this doesn't always work because spies rely on random number generators, so they're not always successful. However, in the event they're not successful due to paratroopers, paratroopers are the next best option. So in this little clip here, I'm going to show you how I go about destroying an air force that's pretty much on par with my own. So the first step in pulling off this little trick is to locate the enemy air force. As we can see, we've located them just off to the west of France, and at the same time our air force has cleared out and made sure that there's no enemy troops garrisoning the runway they're operating from. The next thing you need to make sure is that the enemy aircraft are not in range of any other nearby allied bases. In this case, they are not. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to split off and we're going to send one paratrooper to capture a runway. As soon as the runway is captured, the enemy air force will be forced to land at my new airbase, which will now be under my control in a couple of minutes. And we're now back 18 minutes later, and as we can see, our paratrooper has landed and captured the airbase that the Romanian planes were operating from. As we can see, those Romanian planes are now returning to base, and it's going to take them 24 minutes to get back. However, they now have no other option and will be forced to crash land. Upon crash landing, the enemy planes will lose 25% of their morale, and that would be a massive blow. However, once they land, they'll now be classified as convoys, in which case not only will my paratrooper attack them, but my air force will also have an advantage on them, as my tactical bombers will be attacking them as though they're ground units. So let's jump ahead a bit and just have a look at what that looks like. As we can now see, the Romanian planes are now grounded at what was once their airfield. As we can see, they're slowly taking damage and have engaged the paratrooper in fighting. At the same time, we have our own air force in there attacking them. Romania has deployed a few planes to try and slow down the process. However, in the grand scheme of things, 2 planes against what I have is not going to make too much of a difference. So I hope you learned something from this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.